Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
You need to be saving your money because you about to be homeless. You better not be going out nowhere else. Your kids, you really trusted me to trust you to come home to watch your kids. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Victoria. If you are new here, welcome. And if you just joined over the past couple of days, welcome. Typically speaking, what I do on this channel is a little thing I call Get Reddit with Me, where I read a Reddit story and I put on my makeup. Now, if you joined from my last video, which not the K-pop video, but the video about Dark Tingles ASMR, my reaction while I did my makeup for Valentine's Day, my friend was there, I had a good time. If you're here from that, hi, I'm Victoria. You know, I have an intro video on my channel somewhere. You should go watch that. But basically, this is what I typically do. I am going to start doing reactions on this channel as well, because it seems like people tend to like those a lot. So I'll be here for that. If you just came, you know, by random, if you just so happen to click on this video, I suggest that you go watch the Dark Tingles ASMR video or any of the videos and the playlists on my channel. I just want to say that I'm so incredibly grateful because that last video I did as like 500 views or something like that, which or close to it, and that's crazy. And I gained like, I want to say like 13 or 14 subscribers. Unimaginable. Like in 2 days, unimaginable for me. So thank you so much. I hope that you enjoy my channel. If you do enjoy my channel, please subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video and my videos with your friends if you find something that you like. I look forward to more videos and more content like reactions from me, and also more r/am I the a-holes on this channel. So today's video is an r/am I the a-hole of a person wanting to know, are they the a-hole for kicking out her cousin and his wife after they berated her for going to work and not watching their kids. So she did not want to watch her cousin's children, and instead she went to work, so they got mad at her. Now, I watch babies on a regular. I watch my niece and my nephew multiple times a week, and sometimes it's a little frustrating just because like I go to school and stuff, but other times I don't really mind. Or like, that's not the easiest thing in the world, but like, I mean, they're my nieces and nephews. It's a little bit different. Let's get started. So today I'm gonna be trying to do a blue look. Never done a blue look a day in my life, because I'm not that great at makeup. But we're gonna all be here for this. So I ask for your support, and give me a quick little like for the struggle and a subscribe for the love. Thank you. So let's get started. She says, about a month ago, she took in her cousin, his wife, and their 2 kids that are 6 years old and 3 years old. Her cousin had an apartment, but things didn't work out with it. He was living with his parents, but that didn't really work out either because of the distance from his job. I get it, hard times, we all fall on hard times, the struggle is real. So she decided, you know what, I'm gonna let you live with me instead. You can come stay with me, it's cool, it's fine, it's all good, right? Wrong, all wrong. Now, as soon as they move in, problems arise. Problems arise, but the problems don't really arise the way that you think they would. So at first, well, let's start with her job. She's a pediatrician, which, thank you for your service. Thank you for keeping our babies healthy. But she's a pediatrician. She has a busy schedule because she works in the ICU. Once again, thank you for keeping our babies healthy, especially the ones that are in dangerous situations. She says that it is a draining, both mentally and physically job. It's not the easiest job to have. And so she works hard, you know, it's a job. In her words, she works all day long and she doesn't have time for lunch. She just works all day, every day, and that's pretty much her entire life. And that's the life she became accustomed to because, you know, that's what she went to school for. Her cousin's kids are active. My nephew is about 3, so yeah, I believe her. Kids at 3, even to my niece is 9 months, 10 months, they're active. They're not exactly, you know, sit down, like, well, maybe my niece, but like, they're not exactly like, hey, yo, sit down. You can't really tell a 3-year-old to sit down. It's not gonna happen. Because they're so active and kids are kids, this results in things being broken. And the parents are not replacing them, the things that are broken. Which things are broken, you may ask? You know, at first it was little stuff lamps and things like that. But then they broke a vase that belonged to her now recently passed husband, and they did not want to replace any of the things. Her cousins did not want to replace any of the things that their kids broke, because trash humans are trash humans. In them not wanting to replace anything, that should have been a red flag for her to be like, I don't think I want y'all here. But she let them stay. As a result of letting them stay, things didn't get any better at all for her. They actually got worse. Her house got dirty, unlivable, uncomfortable. It got hard for her to just kind of like maneuver in her daily life because, you know, you have a bunch of kids running around and people not cleaning up after them. Instead of her telling her cousins like, hey, please clean up after your kids, or, you know, anything like that, which I don't think would have mattered because they probably wouldn't have listened anyway. But instead of saying that, she just decided, I'm going to work more. I'm going to push myself a little bit harder. I'm going to work more, the usual. I'm just going to do everything I can to not be home. And, you know, she got her bag, I guess. Now, on top of all this, her cousins, so her cousin and his wife, they go out, which, girl, listen, I'm not saying you can't go out and enjoy your life, but from the way she's making it seem, you need to be saving your money because you about to be homeless. You better not be going out nowhere else. But they go out quite often, apparently, and they ask her, you know, can you watch the kids? And she said, like, on some occasions it's fine, and she doesn't really care. But on other occasions, I have a job. I can't just not go to work because you wanted to go out to dinner or you wanted to go somewhere and do something. That's not really fair to me. This happens more often than it should, in her words. And they seem to just really not care. She should have just started saying no, which I'm guilty of not saying no. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm like, she should have just started saying no from the beginning, because once you start it, you can't stop. Once you start the issue, it's not going anywhere. So yeah, she shouldn't have started this, right? But she's a good person. She let her cousins stay anyway. Also, she told them in the past, you know, I have other things I have to do. Like, it's not all fun and games for me. I can't just, you know, not go to work, or, you know, I can't just not go to work. And she said, just let me pay for a babysitter for you if it's that serious. Let me get a babysitter so you can do what you got to do and I can do what I have to do. And he refused the babysitter. He said he didn't want a babysitter. The cousin was like, nope, you're here. You might as well just do it. I guess this is how I imagine it. You're here. You might as well just do it. Which, no, that's not how this works. Other people have lives. That's not how that works. So basically, not too long ago, I assume that she wrote 2 days ago, but I don't know when this was posted. So she says 2 days ago, he and his wife went out again and left the kids with her. Of course, she has to work because she's a pediatrician. So she said, I have a shift in 2 hours. Can you be back within that time? They made it seem like they would be back. 2 hours comes and goes. She gets ready to go to work. She calls them and calls them and calls them and calls them. And they never answer the phone, because of course they don't. So she's like, I don't really have many options here. Nothing I can do. I'm gonna just leave these kids with my neighbor, who is a mother. I think she said she's a mom in her 40s. I'm gonna have to leave these kids with my neighbor. I gotta go to work, do what I gotta do, because I can't just call out of work because y'all don't want to pick up your kids. She goes to work, and when she gets out of work, she checks her phone and is berated with text after text after text from the cousin's wife saying, how could you leave my kids with some stranger? Now, sis goes off and it's justified, because how are you going to leave your kids with me for 2 hours when I told you I had to go to work in 2 hours, and then expect me to just not go to work and watch your kids? Now, if you answered your phone, if you were really that worried about your kids and you really wanted to be home with your kids and you really trusted me to trust you to come home to watch your kids, then you would have picked up your phone and at least told me where you were. But I don't know. I'm not the Redditor. So she's like, hey, yo, I know you fucking lying, right? I know you're lying, because I called you nonstop. And you never came to get your kids. You never even called me back, right? You only called me once you realized that I was no longer with your kids, which justified. I'm not saying that she's completely right here, because I wouldn't have left, if I was in a situation like that, I wouldn't have left my nieces and nephews, right? That I can't justify that. I wouldn't have left them with a stranger. I would have called a family member or something. Maybe not a stranger. Yeah, so they the cousins go off on her and they're like, "Oh, we couldn't count on you to watch our kids for just 2 hours. And I bet you leave kids to die in the ICU." She is like, "Hey yo, get the fuck out of my house." Cause I know y'all are fucking lying. Like somebody has to have lost their ever loving mind for y'all to really think that what is happening here is okay. Also they just completely ignored the fact that she did call them. She called them multiple times. And they never answered the phone. So she's like, "Hey yo, I know y'all fucking lying." So she goes home to actually speak to them face to face. She loses it. She loses her shit and she kicks them the hell out. She tells them they gotta go. And she tells them about themselves, just point blank period. Y'all gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta fucking go. And they are on that pussy shit. So rather than them just being like, "Hey yo, wait a minute, we fucked up," they decide to call their aunt to try and speak her way back into like, be like, "Can you let them stay? Please let them stay." And she was like, "No, I had it." She especially had it when they said that she was neglecting her job, that she wasn't doing her job because she couldn't watch her nieces and nephews so she could go do her job. She kicked them out and they left, but they would not stop guilting her after the fact to let them back in. So that's the end of that story. So a situation we have here, you see, what can be done? I can't say I relate fully because I'm a college student, right? I don't have a job right now. I just kind of like, I just go to school. Watching my nieces and nephews is just a part of what I do, right? It's not all that bad all the time. Sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming because I have schoolwork to do. It's schoolwork for anybody else. It's hard, right? So sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming, but other times it's actually not that bad. It's just as long as I have time to do my other work, right? In this situation, they pretty much told sis, "Go fuck yourself." If anything, they were more neglecting to the kids at the ICU than she was. Now, her watching the kids, the few times that she did watch the kids, that was already enough. You can't overstay your welcome. I understand, like, oh, we're family. We look out for each other. I come from a very close-knit family. I love my family. If I was ever in any type of situation, I know they would look out for me. But looking out for somebody doesn't mean that you just get to deal with their bullshit and carry all of their weight. Those aren't the same thing. If I stay at my sister's house, whether I have to stay at her house for a week or 2 months or 2 years, I do my part. Whether that means buying groceries, or if you break something, fix it, or in the very least, offer to fix it or replace it. Like, how do you live in somebody's home and just consider it your own? That's not how that works. At least I don't think that's how that works. I'm gonna try and cut my crease. Prayers? I don't know if I did it. I don't think that's what that is. Here's the hope. I'll be back. I did a whole lot more that Shailisha's here now, by the way. Say hi, Shai.
Hi.
You're gonna hear some shitty audio. You'll be able to hear enough, and whatever you can't hear, I'll try and transcribe. So I don't really remember what I was. Oh, I remember. Outstaying your welcome. How do you outstay your welcome when like, you do understand that you're a guest, right? Like, you're a guest.
This isn't your house.
Like, this isn't yours. You can't do that. But I wanted Shailisha to give her opinion because she went off in the group chat. It was very fun for me.
Victoria likes to see me angry. Why?
I don't know. It's fun.
Very interesting relationship with friends.
I enjoy seeing Shailisha upset. I could not, for the life of you or me, explain why I like seeing her upset. I just do.
That's a toxic friendship.
It is. It's not good. Don't be like us. She likes seeing me uncomfortable.
Be like us and enjoy your life. I do. The issue with me is, you already said you're welcome because she's letting you stay there so you don't have to quit your job after you could pay to keep your apartment, which she didn't have to do. Second of all, you asked her to watch your kids for 2 hours, 2 of them. You exceeded your time knowing she had to go to work. And then when she left your kid with somebody trustworthy and texted you and let you know she did what she had to do so she can go to work to pay for the place that you stay in because you don't make enough to pay for the place to stay yourself.
Damn.
That was kind of mean, but that's
Damn.
So the job that you criticize, you and your wife want to talk garbage and be like, "Oh, you're this and other. I bet you leave your kids sick and dying in the ICU." Like, I would have decked you in your throat and then put you out. Just a quick chop to the throat and then you get out my house.
Also, ooh, I caught myself off guard because, dear God, I have no idea what's happening on my face. Jesus. But also, how are you gonna talk? Okay, you're upset, right, that she didn't watch your kids for an unbeknownst amount of time, which, whatever. But you're upset she didn't watch your kids. How are you gonna talk shit about the fact she's a pediatrician? You know how much a pediatrician makes?
You don't want a pediatrician has to go to school.
Like, you... Boy, bye. Boy and girl, bye.
You doing clearly isn't making enough money to stay.
Clearly.
So I wouldn't be talking so much shit.
At all. In fact, I'd be silent. I would stop talking altogether.
Thank you so much for finding someone to watch my child because I left it at the time that I told you I was going to be there. The thing is, the wife at the other day, she's like, you couldn't want me to watch your kids for 2 hours. You couldn't pay me for 2 hours. Man, you were obviously gone longer than 2 hours because I was able to go to work and be at my job for a while before you contacted me to let me know that you now have your children.
Yeah, that.
You can
suck my dick.
You can go. I was gonna say that, but I felt like it was fine. So.
I mean, it's. I'm not. I don't have. I don't have enough pull to get monetized, and who gives a fuck?
And they're gonna call the aunt, as if the aunt is gonna have the pull to be like, yeah, nah, all right, cool, because my aunt asked me to let you know.
Right, aunt. What does auntie do for you? What does auntie do for me?
Right, go stay with her. Oh, you can't because you lose your job. What was it? You're making a lot anyway. You might as well find a new one.
Damn, Shy. Are you hurt? Are you the person that wrote this?
I feel like I am. I'm not, and I really should stop saying things like that. It's just I understand being somebody who really only makes $8 an hour, and I do have to semi-depend on someone else to help me as I'm also working hard to finish school so I can get a better job.
Right.
Myself. I'm not gonna overstate my welcome and do some crazy mess like that. You know.
People are really funny. People are funny. People like just. Humans interest me greatly. You can always tell when somebody is ungrateful from the way that they act the moment you let them into any part of your life. You can always tell that somebody doesn't really give a damn about anything you have going on based on how they use you and your time. So you like from the minute that they started breaking shit in your house and they were not disciplining their kids. I get it. One's 3 and one's 6. 6 is old enough to say sit your ass down. They're way like 3. I'll let that slide, right? 3, maybe not, right? You can't really do much to a 3-year-old. 6, you can tell that little nigga to sit the fuck down. Sit your ass down. Oh, my mom definitely cussed me. I will return after I fix everything. In fact, I'm just gonna put the rest of my makeup on because we've pretty much said everything. So I'll be back. All right. I'm back. This is what it looks like. My eyes look very blue. My lips look very confusing. I didn't know what I was doing once again, and my hair is flipped very 2000 Victoria. But this is just what we have to work with. I had to film this video the day before I put out my videos because I live in the Hickory Smoke South where they don't know how to handle the power being out. So I didn't have power for 2 damn days. Here we are. To end this video though, is this person an a-hole for what she did? Absolutely motherfucking not, because she gave up so much. What? Her cousin's the worst. She gave up so much time. She gave up her space. She allowed them to break her stuff and was just like, you know what? Rather than me getting angry, I'm just gonna leave. She gave them more of her house than she gave to herself. So no, you're not a bad person for being like, get the fuck out. And I don't care if you call mommy, auntie, grandma, granny, cousin Joe, cousin Jeffrey, or cousin Tim. I do not care who you call. Get the hell out of my house. Fair point. All justified. Shalisha?
Yep. I think that was also my final thought. She didn't owe them anything. She did more to them than they deserved. They treated her like garbage, and they deserve to be out on the streets. I would say maybe only look out for the kids because they're kids and they had nothing to do with this. But the parents are absolute garbage.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe look out for not maybe definitely look out for the kids, because the kids are innocent. But everybody else, fuck off. Like if anything, you leave the kids here and you get the fuck out because like it just kind of feels like if this is how you act and it reflects on how you're raising your kids. If you're just like, hey yo, look, I don't give a fuck. You let me stay here. That's fucked up. Not okay. So that's the end of this video. If you like this video or anything I said or did to my face in this video, you should subscribe to my channel. And if you didn't like this video, but you liked the last video I did, reacting to Dark Tingles ASMR and or reading K-pop fanfiction, subscribe to my channel and I can do some more of that. I had a great time. So, thank you, Shailisha, for joining me because I ran out of shit to say, so she was basically just like a content hamster. I'm sorry. I didn't I didn't have something to compare you to. Yeah. See you on Friday? Bye. I end all of my videos with like 12 seconds of contemplation.